That new car smell? It cost $392,000. Not the sticker price, not the loan, the actual, final, lifetime cost of choosing a new car at 24 instead of a used one and investing the difference every single month. Nearly $400,000 gone. Not because you splurged, not because you were reckless, because you did exactly what everyone around you was doing and nobody stopped to do the math. This is the story of Jake and Chloe. Same income, same city, same dealership on the same Saturday. One decision, 30 years apart. Let's do the math nobody warned you about. The starting point, age 24. Here's the setup. Jake and Chloe. Both 24, same company, same job title, same take-home pay. $3,400 a month after taxes. They've each been working for just over a year. They don't carry credit card debt. They split their own rent. They've each got around $19,000 saved. Nothing extravagant, just disciplined. On paper, identical. Both of them are driving the same problem. A 2014 Corolla with 140,000 miles, a cracked dashboard, and an air conditioner that stopped working in July and never came back. It's time for a new car. Not a want, a need. So on a Saturday morning in October, both of them end up at the same dealership on Route 9. Same showroom, same salesperson named Derek who shakes hands a little too firmly, and both of them stop in front of the same car, a 2025 Honda Civic Sport in Sonic Gray Pearl, $28,500. New, clean. That smell. Jake pulls out his phone to run the loan numbers. Chloe pulls out her phone to look up used listings 3 rows over. Same showroom, same Saturday. 2 completely different calculations, happening at the exact same moment. This is where it starts. Jake signs, age 24. Jake sits down with Derek in the finance office. The room is small. There's a fake plant in the corner and a poster on the wall that says, "Drive your dream." He puts $2,500 down, finances $26,000 over 60 months at 7.9% interest. Monthly payment, $527. Derek adds on a protection package just $18. More a month. Jake says yes without really hearing the question. Full insurance for a new car, $189 a month. Total monthly cost of ownership loan, insurance, gas, maintenance reserve lands at $824. His rent is $1,100. That's $1,924 gone before he buys a single grocery. But here's what Jake is thinking about on the drive home. The way the seat adjusts perfectly. The backup camera. The lane assist that gently nudges the wheel. The fact that for the first time in his adult life, he is driving something that feels like it belongs to someone who has their life together. He's not wrong to feel that. The car is genuinely good. The problem isn't the car. The problem is the number he never looked at, the one that doesn't appear anywhere on the contract Derek handed him. The opportunity cost. The silent passenger riding home with him right now. CHLOE. Plan. Age 24. Chloe doesn't talk to Derek. She spends 40 minutes on the used lot, then drives across town to look. At a private listing she found the night before a 2019 Honda Civic EX. 41,000 miles. One owner. Full service history. No accidents. The seller is a retired teacher named Gary, who kept every receipt in a manila folder. Organized by year. She pays $17,200. Cash. Straight from savings. No loan. No interest. No Derek. Insurance on a 2019 with liability and collision. $112 a month. Gas and maintenance reserve. $90. Total monthly cost of her car. $202. Jake's monthly cost. $824. The gap between them? $622 every single month. That same Saturday evening, Chloe opens her brokerage account and sets up an automatic transfer $600 a month into a total market index fund. Every first of the month, the moment her paycheck clears, she keeps $22 as a buffer. The transfer is automated. By Sunday morning, she's already forgotten about it. The car is fine. It's not glamorous. The seat doesn't have memory foam. There's no lane assist. Gary left a pine tree air freshener on the mirror that she never took down. She didn't feel like she was making a sacrifice. She felt like she was making a trade. Those are very different things, and the difference matters more than people realize. Hidden costs. Age 25-26. The first year, nothing dramatic happens. Both cars run fine. Both people drive to work, fill up on Sundays, move on with their lives. But underneath the surface, the numbers are already moving. The moment Jake drove his 2025 Civic off the lot, it lost approximately 15% of its value. That's $4,275 gone in the time it took to exit the dealership and merge onto Route 9. He didn't feel it. There was no bill. It just happened, quietly, the way depreciation always does. By the end of year 2, Jake's loan balance sits at $19,400. His car is worth around $21,000. He's technically above water, but only barely. The equity he's built in 24 months of payments, $4,100. The interest he's paid in those same 24 months, $3,640. He's been paying $527 a month and barely moved the needle. Chloe's car situation in year 2, 1 oil change, 2 new wiper blades, a tire rotation. Total, $190 for the year. The car starts every morning. That's the entire update. Her brokerage account after 24 months of $600 automatic transfers, $15,800. The market dipped in month 11. She didn't log in. The transfer ran anyway. 2 years in, the gap between their net worth positions, $19,900, built. Entirely out of a car payment and a pine tree air freshener. The upgrade trap, age 27. Month 60. Jake makes his final payment. He transfers $527 for the last time, closes the loan tab, and sits back. The feeling lasts about a week. It's genuinely good, the breathing room, the lighter bank statement, the sense of having finished something. Then, slowly, the thought arrives. Not all at once, more like weather, moving in. The Civic is 3 years old now. 47,000 miles. The new RAV4 has a panoramic sunroof. I've been working hard. I could afford the payment. I was just making one exactly this size. This is the moment. This exact thought. This is where the trap closes. Because the logic feels airtight. He already proved he could handle $527 a month. He's used to it. The lifestyle didn't break. So why not just keep it going? Different car, same payment. What's the harm? 3 months after his last payment, Jake is back at a dealership. This time it's a Toyota. The 2027 RAV 4XLE, premium $36,400. He trades in the Civic for $14,800. Finances $21,600 at 8.2% over 60 months. New monthly payment $442, plus insurance on a newer, larger vehicle, $214. Total monthly cost $656. Lower payment than before. Feels responsible. Is not. What Jake just did without realizing it is reset the clock. He handed over a car that was nearly paid off, took on a new 5-year loan, and guaranteed himself another half-decade of monthly payments. He has just entered what financial planners call the perpetual payment cycle. Most people who enter it never leave. Chloe, that same month, increases her automatic investment to $650. Her 2019 Civic just crossed 70,000 miles. Gary's pine tree air freshener, and finally fell off the mirror. She left it on the floor of the passenger seat. She hasn't thought about buying a new car once. The system holds age Nayatuv. At 29, Chloe's 2019 Civic crosses 90,000 miles. A mechanic she trusts. Not a dealership. A shop on Elm that's been there since 1987 does a full inspection. The verdict: timing belt needs replacing. Front brake. Pads are getting thin. Total bill, $740. She pays it. No drama. She runs the math in her head on the drive home. $740 is still less than 1 month of Jake's car payment. The system held. She sells the Civic 3 months later for $8,400 to a college student in a parking lot off Craigslist. Then buys a 2022 Honda Accord Sport. $21,000, 28,000 miles. Previous owner was a sales rep who kept it. Immaculate. She puts $12,600 from savings toward it. No loan. New insurance. $148 a month. Still no loan payment. Monthly car cost, $218. She bumps the automatic investment up to $700 to account for the slight insurance increase and the savings she just spent. The system recalibrates. It keeps running. Portfolio balance at 29, $52,400, climbing quietly. Jake, at 29, is 26 months into his RAV4 loan. Balance remaining, $13,800. He got a raise to $74,000 this year. He used it to upgrade his apartment. The car payment stayed exactly where it was. Both of them upgraded something at 29. One upgraded the car and the portfolio at the same time. The other upgraded the apartment and kept the loan. Same raise. Completely different directions. The gap reveals itself. Age 34. 10 years in. This is where the spreadsheet stops being theoretical. Jake has owned 3 cars since 24. Each one financed, each one traded in before it was fully paid off except the first, which he held just long enough to feel the freedom before handing it back. Total money paid toward car loans in 10 years, $71,400. Total interest paid on those loans, $14,200. Total spent on insurance above what Chloe paid, $9,240. Grand total cost of choosing new over used, $94,840 in a decade. His current net worth, $44,000, almost entirely sitting in his 401k from employer contributions. His take-home has grown. So has his rent. So has to his lifestyle. The car payment was always just part of the budget, a fixed line item like electricity, something that was simply always there. Chloe's portfolio, at 34, $118,700, growing at roughly $8,300 a year from compounding a loan before she adds another dollar. Her total spending on cars in 10 years, $38,200. She spent $56,640 less than Jake on transportation and has $74,700 more in invested assets. Net worth gap at 34, $93,000. Built from nothing but a car payment and a decision made on a Saturday morning 10 years ago. Jake doesn't know this number exists. Nobody told him to calculate it. Nobody ever does. The opportunity cost, age, 44. Here's the number nobody puts on the contract. $622 a month. The gap between Jake's monthly car cost and Chloe's, from age 24 onward, not always exactly that number, it shifted slightly each time Jake upgraded, each time Chloe recalibrated. But on average, across 20 years, that gap held at roughly $600 a month. $600 a month. Invested consistently at a 7% average annual return over 20 years. The answer is $392,000. That is not the money Jake spent on cars. That is the money Jake does not have the portfolio that never existed because the dollars were rerouted every single month into a depreciating asset instead of a compounding one. $392,000 sitting in an account that was never opened, growing toward a retirement that was never funded. The cars are gone. Every single one of them. The 2025 Civic crushed. The RAV4 traded. The next one, and the one after that same ending. Depreciated, traded, forgotten. The money spent on them evaporated with them. Chloe's portfolio at 44, $384,000. Still growing, still automated. She increased the contribution twice in 20 years. Once after a promotion, once after her rent dropped when she moved cities. She never thought of it as discipline. It was just the system running. Jake's net worth at 44, $112,000, mostly 401k. His current car payment, $498 a month. His 5th car. He's never not had a car payment since he was 24. At this point, it feels like part of adult life, like taxes, like rent. Just a thing that exists. It doesn't have to. It just feels that way, because it always has been. The opportunity cost isn't a punishment. Nobody did this to Jake. He made a normal decision, the same one millions of people make every year, without ever seeing the number on the other side of it. Now you've seen it. Looking back, age 54, 30 years after that Saturday on Route 9, Jake is driving his 6th car, a 2028 Ford Explorer financed. Naturally, $512 a month. He got a good deal, he'll tell you. And he probably did. Jake is smart. He always negotiated well. He just never negotiated with the system itself. His net worth at 54, $318,000. He'll need to work at least another decade. His financial advisor mentioned that last spring, and Jake nodded and changed the subject. It's not that he's in denial. It's that the number doesn't feel real yet. Retirement is still abstract. The car payment is very concrete. Chloe is driving her 2022 Accord. Still, 178,000 miles. The mechanic on Elm, a different mechanic now. The original retired, says it has another 4 years in it easily. She's in no hurry. Her portfolio at $54,780,000. She ran the numbers last month with a fee-only planner. The phrase early retirement came up. She didn't dismiss it. She asked what 57 would look like. They spent an hour on it. The wealth gap between them at $462,000. Neither of them could have told you on that Saturday in October, 30 years ago, that a car was the thing that would separate them. Not a career choice, not a degree, not a lucky stock pick. A car, and what they each decided to do with the $600 left over. What the numbers miss. Closing. Here's what no spreadsheet will ever capture. Jake remembers every car he's ever owned. The smell of the first one, leaving the lot. The sunroof on the RAV4 on a summer highway. His daughter's hand reaching up toward the sky. A road trip to Colorado in 2031, where the Explorers playlist shuffled perfectly for 6 straight hours, and nobody touched it. Those moments were real. They happened inside those cars. You can't depreciate a memory. Chloe doesn't remember most of her cars. She remembers Gary's pine tree, air freshener. She remembers the Accord making it through a snowstorm in February when nothing else on the road was moving. Mostly she remembers the feeling not of the cars themselves, but of what was happening in the background while she drove them. The portfolio growing, the options opening, the quiet, accumulating sense that she was not trapped. Both of them are right about what they valued. That's the uncomfortable truth at the center of this whole story. The question was never new car versus used car. It was never even really about cars at all. It was about what you're actually buying when you sign that contract. Are you buying the car, or are you buying the feeling the car gives you? Because those two things cost very different amounts, and only one of them compounds. Derek is still at the dealership on Route 9. He'll shake your hand a little too firmly. He'll show you the numbers on the monthly payment. Not the total cost, just the monthly payment, because that's the number that feels manageable. Now you know the other number. What you do with it is entirely up to you.